Good morning, everybody. Good morning for the Friday morning sales meeting. How are we all doing today? I just want to welcome everybody out there on our Zoom webinar conference. Also, we're going to be going live here on Facebook so that we could get some more people to see what's happening in the automotive industry. My name is Matt Wahno, president of Maximum Potential Institute.
Al DeSaro, vice president of Maximum Potential Institute. How's that? The president, vice president? Can't go wrong there.
Can't go wrong there.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. We are grateful to be here this morning on Friday morning on Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Man, is this important. This is a big day. This is when, right now, the car business becomes the busiest of the year. We always talk about it. You know, the month of December is usually one of the best months of the year. We always discuss the end of the year sales. I mean, you can see all the major manufacturers on TV over the week. They've been advertising Black Friday, Black Friday, Black Friday. So get prepared because right now it's going to be busy.
Absolutely. The interesting thing is growing up in the car business, pretty much, is that I was always told, like, Christmas, December, you better save money because we're not selling any cars. People give gifts. And the dealerships I've worked at, they were just, it was slow. Then I go to another dealership. I won't mention the name, but Mr. Mike Maroney's dealership. And I go there and all I hear is December is the best month of the year. December is unbelievable. People buy cars for presents. And guess what? My best month ever.
December. Yeah.
Okay. Mindset.
It's all mindset. It's always mindset. And I want to talk about today, definitely want to discuss the greeting. We don't really talk about this much. And how important is the first impression? Step one is the greeting in the sale. I mean, we discussed the car business, but this is anything. This is the greeting in anything in life. A great first impression is everything. And we don't discuss this more. And you know, it's funny, right after Thanksgiving, we should talk about the greeting because it's all about gratitude Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Yep.
And I always like to say this is so important when you have a greeting. When you're greeting your customer, when you first go out there and you welcome them to your dealership and you say, hey, welcome to ABC Motors. My name is Matt. What's yours? With a big smile and a handshake. We got to be grateful that that customer's there. Yeah. Coming off of Thanksgiving, right? We talk about gratitude, but hey, that customer is there. You got to be grateful that they're on your lot. And there's only one reason why they're going to be on your lot today, tomorrow, or any day of the year. What is that reason?
They want to buy.
They want to buy a car.
They're
not going to the local dealership to come check, just to hang out with you and see how the weather is. No, they're there to buy a car.
And great salespeople know what they're going to say, what the customer's going to say.
Right.
And they know, I don't care what they say because it's no problems. They drove here today. They're here for a reason. I got to show them love because I can help them solve their problem.
Absolutely. And here's the other thing. You got to love that customer. Think about this. If I was to give you right now, if I'm in front of you and I give you $500 right now, cash, you probably like me, right? I mean, you would probably, be pretty grateful, maybe even give me a hug, especially if I don't know you, right?
Right.
So why don't we treat our customers like that, right? You see a customer walk on the lot. Think in your mindset. We talk about mindset. This customer is going to pay me a $500 or a $600 commission, or maybe even more today. Treat them like that. Treat them like they deserve to be treated. Like, hey, man, you give
hug them,
love
French
them.
Kiss them, give them a tattoo on the neck, and give them a massage.
But you got to be grateful that they're there, right? So I'm really excited to talk about greeting because we don't talk about greeting enough. And in our book, let's turn to the page, y'all. In our book, in our automotive sales training boot camp manual that we give everybody who comes to one of our boot camp, we spend a lot of time on greeting because I believe myself that the most important steps to the sales, number one, greeting. Number two is the discovery phrase, right? Making a friend, building a rapport, what I call the secret sauce. But the greeting, you gotta be grateful that the customer's there with you, right or wrong.
Yeah, and the greeting is not about just selling. It's how you greet people in life. You might greet somebody and they really might like you and say, hey, listen, I got an opportunity for you. It's how we greet people in life all the time.
Right.
What's their first impression? It's funny. I went to a department store not too long ago, and I was just kind of looking around. And the guy said, hey, how you doing? I said, good. I said, I'm just looking. He goes, make yourself at home, man. Hey, by the way, we got a sale going. Bottom line, I left with 4 shirts and a robe. Okay?
Yeah,
because the way he greeted me, he made me feel good.
Right. Well, that's the key, right? The first impression is everything, especially when you're greeting a customer. Because look, when people come to buy cars, let's be honest, right? People's first impression of us is everything. And they're coming on a lot with this preconceived notion that, hey, man, we aren't the nicest people on the planet. I mean, come on, what's the stereotypical car salesperson, right? So at least that's what they think, even though it's not true. But if we greet the customer with respect, we show them what they were greeting them with respect. We have a great first impression. We treat them right. They're going to buy a car from us. And in the first 90 seconds, that's when they're going to judge you. They're going to make a conscious judgment about you as an individual within the first 90. Sometimes it's really within the first 30 seconds, but we like to say within the first 90 seconds, they're going to judge you. And there's 4 questions that they're always going to ask about you, isn't there? What are those 4 questions?
Can I trust you?
Yeah, number 1, right?
Can I trust you? Eye contact. When they're speaking, keep your eyes on them. Look at them. Pay attention to what they're saying. Then when they're going to give you a clue.
Yeah.
Right? Number 2, is he or she committed to excellence? Do you know your product? Do you know your product?
Mm-hmm.
Most salespeople are out there. You ask them a question. I don't know. And the third one is?
Third one is, do they care about me as a person? You have to be sincere. So do you actually care about that customer when you go out there and you greet them? It's important that you're sincere in your greeting, that you welcome them to the dealership, just like we said before. Think about that customer's, hey, they're going to help you make a living. Treat them like they deserve to be treated, right? So the greeting is that important. Do they care about me as a person? And then the 4th one is, can I believe him or her? Can I believe you? So they're making a judgment. Within 90 seconds, they're saying to themselves, hey, can I trust you? Can I believe you? Are you committed to excellence? Do you care about me as an individual? And they're going to make that judgment, and that's going to set up your entire sale, right or wrong.
Exactly.
Right. So it really comes down to what we have in our book right here. And again, for those of you who have not been to our training, hey, you want to learn about our trainings? Reach out to us. Reach out to us at IM us, call us, however it is. You know how to get a hold of us. We talk about sincerity. We talk about consistency. We talk about competence. We talk about reliability. We talk about commitment. We talk about integrity. And it all comes down to one thing: trust.
Trust.
It comes down to trust. It comes down to trust. And it's building that trust with your customer. Again, your customer has that preconceived notion about you when they're walking up to the lot. And no matter what, we know that 89% of the people these days do research before they come on the lot, right? Yep. So they know what they're looking for. They know what they want. All you got to do is build trust, and then you'll sell them a car.
People just realize that we're in business. This is a business. Somebody comes into your business. They deserve to be treated the utmost. And as we teach sometimes, don't care whether you sell them a car when you meet them. I want to make them comfortable. At the same time with Tommy, the car guy.
Yeah.
He makes people feel comfortable. What does he do? He jokes right away. He's always saying something funny to make people laugh. Yeah. Because as soon as you get somebody to chuckle, the more they start trusting, they relax.
And we're going to have Tommy back on here because I have a good friend of mine. He's my best friend. And he markets himself as Tommy the car guy because he build trust in his customers. Customers know that if they go to him, if they go to Tommy Caputo, they know that they're going to get a good deal, a fair deal, and they're going to get treated right with honesty. One thing for sure is he's honest.
Absolutely.
And that's the key. So you have to remember, you always have to do what is right. Okay, integrity. Always do what is right with your customer, no matter what, right? Number 2, you want to be the best you can be. And here's another thing, especially coming off a holiday, right? How do you look? How do you feel about yourself? How are you portraying yourself to the customer, right? Always be the best that you can be. Hey, if you had a rough night last night, or you maybe had a couple cocktails at Thanksgiving dinner, and you're a little bit rough, kind of woke up rough this morning. Hey, man, get yourself up. Let's go. This is a big day. Or go back to bed. Don't even go in. But be the best that you can be. And remember, treat the people the way that you want to be treated, and then some, right or wrong.
Yeah, that's simple. I mean, how would you like to be treated when you walked into a dealership?
Right.
Do you want somebody to walk up and you say, can I help you? What are you looking for? How's your credit? How much money down? I mean, that happens all the time. But professionals understand that customers are going to say 1 or 4 or 5 things, and you're already prepared for that. But the one thing is, they drove there. They gave you the opportunity to take that $500.
Right. And now that you have the customer on a lot, now that you've done all those things right, now that you've taken the time, you built a little bit of trust right off the bat, your customers are going to have objections, because there's objections at the greeting, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have objections at the greeting. Again, let's the latest study from autotrader.com and and cars.com and kbb.com and all these websites, 89% of customers that come on your lot have done some sort of research before they walked on the lot. In fact, 75% of those 89% actually done research on third-party websites like Auto Trader or TrueCar or anything like that. And now they know what they want. 50%, which I found amazing, 50% of those customers, the first contact that they have with the dealership is actually walking into the dealership, not even emailing them for a price quote, not even calling them. They print out what they want, they look for what they want, and then they make a decision, let's go to that dealership. And they actually walk into the dealership. It was a great study that I just read. It was really awesome. They walk into the dealership. So now you have a customer that's walking into the dealership. By the way, when your customer walks into the dealership, chances are they've also read how to buy a car. So they know what to say. So they're prepared to come in to buy a vehicle. They're still going to say, even though they know they want that white Camry, LE, base model, X amount of dollars, they're still going to say, hey, we're just looking. We're not buying for 3 months. They're still going to say, Al, I'm on my lunch break. I only have about 15 minutes, but I really want to get a price on a Honda Accord. Can you give me a price on that Accord? They're still going to say that. They're still going to say, what else?
I need my wife. I can't do anything without my wife.
How about that?
My wife would kill me if I bought a car without her.
Or the husband, right?
Right.
Or they're still going to say, hey, I just want you to know, Al, I just want you to know, I already got prices from another dealership on this particular car. So we need to know what to say to that. Now, think about this. If you're new to the business, and again, we're going across the country right now. We're on our Zoom webinar right now, and we're also on Facebook Live. So everybody joining us on our Zoom conference or our Facebook conference, welcome. Thank you for joining us. But I just want you to know, we have people right now watching us from California. I even seen that Shraddha joined us again.
Shraddha
all the way
over
from
here.
Mumbai, India. So want you to understand that we need to know what to say to these customers when they walk on the lot. And when we first greet the customer, don't sell. Why sell?
There's nothing to sell except yourself.
Don't sell at this point. Don't put pressure on the customer. Don't talk about pricing with the customer. Don't do that stuff. In fact, I can almost guarantee that, the customer, when they walk on a lot, sometimes you're going to hear, hey, Al, just want you to know, this is my first visit, and I'm going to go to 3 other dealerships. I know exactly what I want, and whoever gives me the best price, that's where I'm going to buy a car.
And what do you say? Do you know what to say to that? Most salespeople, they have no idea.
Mm-mm.
You have no idea when a customer says, I need my wife. I can't do anything without my wife. What do you say? Hey, I'm short of time. What do you say? If you don't have those answers covered, then every day you're waking up hoping to sell a car and hoping to pay your bills. Professionals constantly get better and better and polish themselves.
Right. And here's what a typical salesperson would say at that greeting when somebody says, look, I just want you to know this is my first place, and I'm going to go to 3 other places.
My first place, Tom. Matt, I'm going shopping. I want you to know that. I'm not buying a car here today.
Now, this is what a typical salesperson would say. Well, great news is you don't have to go shopping too often now because we got the best prices in town. We're the #1 Hyundai dealership around. I'll give you the best prices before you leave. Bad salesman. See, what you're doing is you're selling already. You're already putting pressure on the customer. Now, what you should say when somebody says that is this. Say that again, Al.
I got to be honest with you, I'm shopping. So I'm not buying a car here today. I still have other dealerships to go to.
Well, Al, thanks for shopping here first. I really appreciate the opportunity. My job is simple today. Just find you the car you want, give you the information, give you some pricing, and hey, whenever you're ready to buy a car, hopefully I'll be in the running. Is that fair enough?
Yes.
Great. Follow me.
Boom. And the first thing they think is, I like this guy. I like this girl. So you got to understand that no matter what they say, no problem.
No problem.
Hey, I shop too. Hey, you're making my job easier.
Everything is no problem. It's like we live in Jamaica. No problem, man.
No problem.
No problem, man. Hey, look, remember, everything is no problem. Think about what I just said. Hey, you know what? Thanks for shopping with us first. I really appreciate it. Hey, look, my job is simple today. Get you the car that you want, give you some information, including pricing, and whenever you're ready to buy, hey, listen, hopefully I'll be in the running for you. Think about it. That doesn't mean they're not going to buy a car from you, right?
No, that doesn't mean you're not going to try to sell them a car today.
Exactly. You're going to. In fact, chances are, if you do everything right, you're still going to sell them a vehicle today. So that's important. You will sell them a car. Now, here's the other side of it. How about this one, Al? How about this one? Hey, Al, because I can almost guarantee you might hear this one today. Listen, I got to go meet my wife here shortly. She's over at Macy's. I got to stop her, man. But let me tell you something. I wanted to get a price on this Accord right here. I only got about 30 minutes.
No problem. Be my pleasure. Please follow me. Tell me exactly what equipment that you're looking for.
You know, it's funny. I remember the first time I learned how to overcome that objection. I went to a Grant Cardone, shout out to Grant Cardone. I went to a Grant Cardone seminar like 25 years ago. And I was having a problem with that objection. Like people would come in and say, hey, I only have 10 minutes and I wanted to get a price on this Mitsubishi Eclipse. What I would say, typical as a salesman, what I was taught to say was, well, hey, look, 10 minutes isn't enough time. I mean, if you like, I'll tell you what, let me get your name and number. We'll schedule a time for you to come back in, maybe after you get out of work, and then we'll go from there. Kick them out. Right? But I went to the Cardone seminar, and he said, don't say that. If someone says, hey, look, I'm on my lunch break. I only got 10 minutes, man. I don't really have time, but I still want to get a price on that Mitsubishi Eclipse. Here's what you say. Hey, no problem, man. 10 minutes is plenty of time. I'll get you all the information you need, including pricing. Hey, if you're looking to finance it, I'll get you payments as well. How does that sound? Is that fair enough? Yeah? Great. Follow me. Boom. Changed everything. Now you got control of the sale. Now you're going to bridge into step 2. Now you're going to sit that customer down and start to make a friend. And guess what? 3 hours later, they're going to be driving home in your vehicle. Okay? So it's all about what you say, isn't it? It's all about what you say. It's all about how you handle the
It's all about
greeting.
when your mouth opens up. Does your brain tell your mouth what to say, or does your mouth just go off
Right.
without your brain? I mean, you got to be ready. True professionals are ready for any objection. That's what selling is all about. How do you handle an objection?
Yeah.
You know?
It's important. It's knowing what to say and how to say it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's everything is, in my opinion, in a greeting. You don't want to sell at this point. Don't worry about selling. You know, here's another typical one. I mean, I used to hear this quite a bit, and I'm sure you guys have heard it too, for all those of you who are joining us that are in the car business. We have a lot of people that are not in the car business that are joining us, but again, we primarily focus on the automotive industry. And I used to hear this one all the time. Hey, you know, Matt, I got to tell you something, man. I'm looking for that Camry. It's the white one right there. I know exactly what I want. I already got prices from another dealership. Now, in that scenario, a typical salesperson would say, well, let me see those prices.
Where are they? Come on.
Let me get those prices, see if I can beat them. You're selling already. You just met the customer. Within 30 seconds, you're selling a car. Forget that. Don't worry about the price. It's none of your business. What would you say, Al?
Hey, good for you. Keep those prices to yourself. They're none of my business. But I'm sure when we get to my price, you're going to like my deal better. All right, let's go.
Exactly. And that's it. Just don't sell. Hey, man, no problem. Keep those prices to yourself. It's none of my business. My job's simple. Find a car you want, options you want. I give you my own pricing. Hopefully, my prices are better than my competition. What do you say? Is that fair enough?
Absolutely.
Follow me.
You know, one I used to like, and I loved it, is every once in a while you're going to get a customer says, I got to be honest with you. I don't like car salespeople, right? You're going to get that. What are you going to say, right? Somebody says, I don't like car salespeople. You know what I used to say?
What?
Great. I don't either. In fact, I'm not here to sell you a car today. And you know what they're going to say?
What are you here to do?
I'm here to help you buy a car. See, I'm going to give you all the information you need. And we're all done. It's your money. You're going to go, hey, I want it or I don't want it. Real simple. So I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to help you buy. And people go, I like that. Because the truth is, we're helping them. We're not trying to hurt them. We're helping them. They have a problem. They want to get out of their old car. Treat them with respect. Help them solve that problem. And that's how you win.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the greeting, you know, Frank up in Chicago. We were recently up
Frankie
in Chicago.
Yo, Frankie.
Frank in Chicago. How are you, Frank? You know, he's really big on the greeting. I mean, the number one step to him is the greeting, because he talks about, you know, you can't get to step 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever it may be, without getting past the greeting. And he's 100% right. So the greeting in the sale is so important. You don't want to sell on the greeting. You want to look the part. You want to feel the part. You want to be grateful, especially today. It's Black Friday. So go out there and welcome the customer. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, thanks for coming in, man. Really appreciate the opportunity. Happy Thanksgiving. What brings you on our lot today? What information can I get for you today, right? Which brings me to what not to say. What should you never say, Al?
Can I help you?
Can I help you?
You want to buy a car today? How's your credit?
Don't say, can I help you? You know, it's because you know what? People are programmed. We are programmed like a computer. Somebody greets us and says, can I help you? We're programmed to say, no, thanks. I'm just looking. So don't set yourself up for that. You need to be like a good attorney, right? You only ask a question that you know the answer to, right? So ask alternative questions like, what information can I get for you today, right? What particular model brought you on the lot to look at today? Remember, 89% of the people have done research. So they're on your lot for a very specific reason. They're not hanging out with you, once again. So you don't ever really want to say that, right? Like if I go into a clothing store, you know, if it wasn't for my wife, I wouldn't be able to match anything.
Oh, forget about it.
Forget about it. But But when I go to a clothing store, if I'm just looking at clothes or something, and the salesperson comes over to me and says, "Hey, sir, can I help you?" My typical response is, "No, thanks. I don't need any help." And then I'm like, 2 seconds later, I'm like, "Why did I just say that, man? I need the help." Okay.
Because you're programmed.
Because I'm programmed. So look, ask questions that are going to get a positive response. Like, what information can I get for you today? That's not offending, right? Or it's not, can I help you? What information can I get for you? Well, I'm looking for information on this Hyundai Sonata. Great, man. You come to the right place. We've got a great selection of Hyundai Sonatas. Everything is no problem. Everything is great, especially in the greeting. Everything is no problem. Everything is great. Now, there's many objections. So in our book, and if you guys have been through our class, and many of you have, you'll go through pages 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, just on the greeting. From 8 to 12 is actually just on the greeting. And we talk about everything that there is in that greeting section. Now, I want to say this. I have to tell you a story, okay, about a greeting. My wife and I went to buy bedroom furniture, as you know, a couple months ago. We went to go buy bedroom furniture. We went to this place, and hey, look, I'm just going to call it out. It is what it is. We went to this place called Rooms to Go. It's not a reflection on Rooms to Go. It's the person, okay?
Not a perfect advertising
But
either.
it was Sunday. It was Sunday. We went in, and it was Sunday. We went in there, and we got greeted by this woman. It wasn't very professional. In fact, she wasn't even dressed professionally. That's, again, we talk about that. She wasn't dressed professionally. She greeted us. "Hey, hello, can I help you?" "Well, yeah, we're looking for a new bedroom set." And maybe it was because of the way I was dressed. I, T-shirt, shorts, flip-flops. I don't know, but she's like, "Okay, well, sure. Let me show you where they are." She walks us over to the bedroom sets. No professional greeting. And she says, "These are the bedroom sets. And by the way, if you'll excuse me, I'll be back in a little bit, and I'll come check on you guys in a little bit." "Oh, okay, no problem." Like, she left us. Couldn't believe it. She left us. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to a Rooms to Go or any furniture store on a Sunday. If I'm not going to look at, I'm going to buy something. I have money in my pocket. So I don't know what she was thinking. Anyway, long story short, 15 minutes later, like, where'd this woman go? "Let's just leave, honey. We don't see anything. Let's just get out of here." So we're walking out. There she is at the greeting area once again, because there's always one way in, one way out. There she is. She's in the greeting area. So she said, "Do you find anything you like?" "No, thanks. Got to go. See ya." So we get in our car, literally across the county on this road called Commercial Boulevard, Rooms to Go, drive directly across the county, went to this place called City Furniture. Now, City Furniture, we walked into City Furniture. It was about 5 o'clock. They closed at 6. At the desk, at the up desk, there's a professionally dressed man and a professionally dressed woman. Everybody's wearing shirt, tie, real nice. We walk in, they greet us. "Hey, folks, welcome to City Furniture. What brings you in today?" It's like, "Hey, nice." So we said, "Hey, we're looking for a bedroom set." "Well, you come to the right place. We got the best selection of bedroom sets in the entire county of Broward."
Whoa.
I was like,
Whoa.
"This guy take our course?"
Wow.
I said, "All right, we're on." He says, "Follow me." Took control of the sale.
Right.
But guess what? When he said, "Follow me," he did not take us to the bedroom furniture. Where did he take us? He sat us down in between the greeting station and the bedroom furniture, where the bedrooms were, on a sofa, broke out his pad, started taking notes and asking questions like, "So tell me, what kind of a bedroom set are you looking for? What kind of bedroom set do you have now?" So he gave us a great step 2, right?
Cool.
So long story short, first impressions. My first impression at this store was not a good first impression. My first impression at City Furniture was incredible. By the way, where did we buy the furniture from? Did we buy that day? Of course. Did we go back next weekend and buy more?
Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so the first impression in the greeting is that important. When you go to the greeting, okay, when you have the greeting, you're going to run into some different people, aren't you?
Absolutely.
And some people are going to be generally nice, right? Some people are going to be a little bit tougher. They're not going to give you the information, right? A lot of them are going to say, "Hey, I'm just shopping." So, Al, in that case, we've gone through, "Hey, I only got 10 minutes. I got prices from another dealer. I got, I'm going to go shop 3 other places. How about this one? Hey, Al, I'm just shopping right now. I just started shopping. I'm not in the market for another couple of months. I just want you to know that. But I do want to go look at this Sonata right here."
Absolutely. We had great selection of Sonatas. One of our best sellers. I'd be happy to give you all the information you need. Follow me.
That's it. How simple is that? Most salespeople in that scenario are going to say, though, if you really think about it, most salespeople in that scenario say, well, what's holding you back from buying something today if I gave you a great deal? What if I gave you a great deal today? Would you buy today? Pressure. Step one, pressure.
Here's my card. Call me in 90 days.
How about the little homework assignment you did with the class that we had? We had about 19 people go out. Tell them about that homework assignment.
We had 21 people go out car shopping just for about 10 minutes.
Mystery shop.
Mystery shopping. You want to look at a particular car. You had to go pick up your kids. Your mother-in-law was flying in. You don't need to drive it. Just wanted to get some information. And out of the 21 people, 21 dealerships, only 2 people actually shook their hand and said, welcome. Just 2. Everybody else said, you're looking to buy a car today. How's your credit? What do you want? Can I help you? Just amazing.
It's amazing. And that's quite shocking because normally when we do that mystery shopping homework, it's usually 50%. 50% of the people at least give them a decent greeting. Okay, they might screw up the other steps, okay, but they do a decent greeting. But that just goes to show you that this business in the automotive industry, even with step 1, most people think it's simple. I got news for you. It's not simple. It's not easy. It's not. You may fumble your words. You got to practice it. You got to become an expert at it. You have to be grateful that the customer is on your lot all the time, right? Hey, Roy Singer just joined us out there. Roy, great to see you on. And Roy says first impressions are everything. And you know what? 100% correct. First impressions are everything. You can't really do a good step 2 now. Make a friend, discovery, secret sauce. You can't do that well unless you make a great first impression, right or wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They already have a feeling about you. I mean, this is why, it's amazing. Dealerships sell cars in spite of themselves. But if everybody was on the program, everybody was polished up. I mean, when Matt says you can make $100,000 your first year, you can. You really can. But it takes work. And the problem is nobody wants to work. They want it for free. This is a constant self-development all the time to be a professional salesperson.
Yeah, we were just over at the Nissan store, last week doing some training at the Nissan dealership for 2 Nissan dealerships combined. And the salesperson's there's one salesperson there for 60 days now.
Right.
And his first month in the business, he made over $10,000. Now, he was in the restaurant business previously. He was, he's been in the management. He's been in people business. So I said, well, let me ask you something. What did you do that you think you made why you were so successful your first month out of the gate, that you made over $10,000 your first month selling cars? He said, it was really simple, man. He says, I just treated people like I treated them when I walked into my restaurant. I didn't complicate it. I made friends with the people. They liked me. They bought a car for me. I said, so you aren't any hard selling or anything like that? He says, no, I didn't hard sell anybody. I just did all the right things. I asked them to buy and they said yes.
MPI taught me.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the truth, right? Think about it. This isn't rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's self-education. It's always with personal development. Look, the greeting in the first step, you're going to get lots of objections. You're going to get lots of things you're going to have to overcome. But it's about first impression. It's about treating your customers right. It's about doing the right thing all the time. If you just get past that first step properly, your job becomes a lot easier. And this is selling anything. Look, it doesn't matter if you sell cars, boats, trains, clothing, shoes. It doesn't matter. Real estate. Its first impression is really everything. So when you have that, and it doesn't matter what, even if you're in a construction field, if you're in a construction field and you're going to do a deal with a customer, let's say you're going into a person's personal house and you're doing some electrical work, whatever it may be, first impression is everything. How are you dressed? How are you look? When I first moved down to Florida from New York City, when I was in the construction business up there, one thing that we always took pride in is how we looked, even though we were doing construction. I didn't wear ripped jeans. I didn't wear ripped T-shirts. We wore a collared polo shirt. I mean, it wasn't like an expensive, $100 shirt. We wore jeans and work boots. Work boots. Sometimes I see people doing construction jobs, they got sneakers on. Like, if you come to my house with ripped sneakers, I'm not going to let you in. I'm sorry. Right? So first impression is everything, especially in automotive sales. You have to get past that customer, that stereotypical car salesman, shark, shyster, thief. We have to get past that. So we show our customers that we care about them. We're sincere about them. We really are grateful for them being on the lot. Give them a hug, kiss them. I mean, not literally, but think about it. They're going to pay you $500 or $600 commission today.
It's funny we're talking about this. When I see something you get a first impression. When I see a van driving down, AC company all over the van, and I see the van is filthy, it's like, wait a minute, my impression is they don't take care of their cars. And growing up, there used to be a family-owned business that had a construction business, and they had cement mixers. When the guys came back at the end of the day, they were not allowed to go home until they cleaned their truck.
They cleaned their
Because when they left the next day, that truck was shining.
Yeah.
So when I see companies that have company vans and they're not clean, they're filthy on the outside, my first impression is, why would I want to hire them?
Yeah. Well, that's, and think about that. It's how you treat your tools. It's how you're going to treat your job.
Absolutely.
You know, I used to do flooring and do tile and VCT and all this other stuff when I was up in New York City, when I was living up there. And let me tell you something. My brother and Anthony Kamada, his partner at that time, we have to clean our tools before we left this and keep the job site solid and clean. It's the same thing in sales. How do you look? How do you feel? Are you wearing a shirt and tie? It's Black Friday, man. It's ready to go. We are ready to sell some cars. This is going to be a big day. It's going to be a big month coming up. Best month of the year. Are you ready for it? It starts with the first impression. It starts with greeting the customer with a smile, looking them in the eye, with a handshake, welcoming them to the dealership. Welcome to my dealership. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate the opportunity to help you in any way that you may need some help. I mean, come on, think about it. That's how we got to be. Enthusiastic. You got to be appreciative. You got to be ready to go. And you want to make sure your customer feels that you are the right person that they want to buy a car from. Because if they do, they're going to buy a car from you. Right or wrong?
What's more important is we call it the end of the year. We got one more month to go. Where are you right now? Are you where you expected to be? Make this a killer month, no matter where you are. A lot of people say, well, it's a bad year. I'm going to work next year. No, we got a strong month ahead of you. One strong month ahead of you. Believe that you can make a difference. Believe that you can increase your income. Believe. If you don't believe, it's not going to happen. You got to believe.
Got to believe.
You got to believe. Got to believe.
And that's where it starts. Is
belief. Yes.
Well, look, we're getting up on our time here. We don't want to keep everybody too long. Again, we're working. You know, we have dealerships all over from our Zoom conference. I want to thank all you guys from signing in from dealerships across the country, St. Louis, Chicago, Los Angeles. Thanks, guys, for being there. Really appreciate it. I want to thank everybody on Facebook because we did a live Facebook. We're going to continue to do that for a little while right now. We got some people there. Hey, Sean O'Grady, man. Look, Sean O'Grady just joined us. You don't get a second chance. You're right, brother. You're absolutely right. We talk about that all the time. Sean is going to be on one of our sales meetings coming up here very shortly. I want to talk about his success in the business. Sean is the man. He's been in the business for over 30 years. Success, reputation, everything is your reputation, how you treat people. So, Sean, you're right. You don't get a second chance to do a first impression.
Sean, he either sells some car or he whacks them, one or the other. We
Wait
love
till
you, brother.
And then, hey, Joey Ventimiglia. Hey, Joe, good to see you, my brother from another mother, all the way up in New York. We got
Tony Bag of Donuts. Yo, Tony, how you doing?
A lot of us on there. A lot of us on there saying goodbye. Well, look, we're going to sign off. Just want to say this. Look, if you are interested in learning how to get in the car business, you want to get a job in the car business, we have online programs. We have everything that we can for you to be successful in this business. You can sign on and learn all this stuff. Just reach out to us. I am us. Send me an instant message. Call me on my cell phone. Hey, my cell, 954-295-3797. I'm not afraid to put it out there. Call me. Love to hear from you. We got our manual that we do. We're having a training right now going on, even though it's Black Friday. Hey, we're not stopping working. We got to train people. We got to learn. So we're all in. So Maximum Potential Institute, please join us on our website, MPIAutosalestraining.com. That's www.MPIAutosalestraining.com. Call us 866-897-0555, 866-897-0555. Remember, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Just like Sean O'Grady says, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Make your first impression with your customer excellent today. Take care of your customer. Treat them right. Do the right thing. And even though they're telling you they're not buying a car till next year, they may surprise you. They may just buy a car.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving and happy Black Friday shopping.
Woo! Your mama, baby.